Whoa, Garth, where are we?
I don't know, Wayne. Looks like we're on a movie set.
I've never been on a movie set before, Garth.
Psych!
Looks like we're on the Truck Boss show. Hey, Garth, I think they were on the Speed Garage last week.
Oh, yeah. Those cars were like
Showing!
So, Wayne, did you ever think that Bugs Bunny was attractive when he put the dress on and he was a girl bunny?
No. No.
Oh, okay. I was just asking. So, party on, Wayne!
Party on, Garth! Whoa, Nikki, are you good?
Yeah, what just happened?
I don't know. Does my hair look okay?
Yeah,
Hold on, let me
well,
kind of
I
fix
mean,
it.
okay.
I know we can't help it much, but
Man, that was extreme. I don't know
was
what
kinda
just
weird.
happened, but I feel like we have a lot of lost time on
Yeah,
our hands, so we need to get on with the show.
that's right. So, welcome to the Truck Boss Show.
Welcome. Happy Halloween.
It's about that spooky time.
Yes, I love Halloween. I love all that. Well, I mean, yes and no. Like, I mean, some of the things are a bit extreme and a little bit too scary, but I love scary movies. Those are my jam.
We have been binge watching Nightmare on Elm Street, the Michael Myers movies, the Jason movies. I mean, it's just been on and on. And of course, you know, I don't know if the younger generation knows about that kind of stuff. But
I know, they just don't make them like they used
they
to.
don't. I
What's
mean,
your favorite movie, Isella?
Oh my God.
Favorite scary movie?
Favorite scary movie? The Freddy Krueger movies were one of my favorites.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street. I love it.
Yeah, he's
know.
pretty creepy. I'm gonna have to say that my favorite scary movie is Insidious. Yes,
Ooh.
that is.
I don't think they make scary movies like you said, like they used to.
No,
today
they
nowadays,
really don't.
it's
Yeah,
like,
sometimes it's a hit or miss. Sometimes
Yeah.
they'll come out with a pretty good one. Yeah.
yeah, they do. Well, we have a show to do today, so
Yes.
Nikki, are you ready for this?
I am. Let's talk about the industry news that we always like to bring you every Thursday. So, Isella, what do you have for us?
You gonna let me go first? this
I
time?
am, ma'am.
Well, let me tell you that I'm super excited today because favorite holiday of the year. But anyways, the Great Salt Lake Truck Show held its 30th anniversary show this past August 9th through the 10th at Thanksgiving Point in Lehi, Utah. A group of truck drivers that participated in the truck show opted to give their money back to the show, which they support the Kidney Foundation of Utah and Idaho. The show donates to support the Truck Show Family Kidney Camp. It's an annual event for patients and their families at a mountain retreat. Now, about 21 to 22 of the 25 winners returning their money, which resulted in a total of $9,000 from that money alone. Nikki, this is actually an awesome story. There is a driver that was in this event last year, and he felt, you know what, let me give it back. Well, he came back this year and did the same thing.
Aww.
Now, a lot of these drivers don't get to go on vacation. They're super busy on the road. They are constantly, you know, just doing what they need to. And, you know, big thanks to all of you out there. But a group of them got together and said, you know what, we're going to give back. And I think that is really sweet of them.
That is so
sweet.
generous and kind, and kudos to you for doing that, because that is just that's just a great and wonderful thing to do, and I'm pretty sure they appreciate that over at that organization.
They do.
Thank you for that.
So what you got for us, Nikki?
So moving on, Mack Trucks UAW workers reach agreement to end strike. Mack Trucks and the United Automotive Workers Union have reached an agreement that will end a strike that began earlier this month. Both groups announced the end of the strike Thursday, saying workers at 6 facilities in Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Florida returned to work last Friday. Mack Trucks said the two sides have reached a 4-year agreement that would cover around 3,500 workers. Details on the agreement were not disclosed. Through great sacrifice, UAW members at MAC have achieved significant gains towards fair pay, benefits, and job security protections, the group's secretary-treasurer Ray Curry said. Isela, I think that strikes are, not the best answer, but usually if just one or two people are kind of, giving stink about something about pay, companies are usually just like, whatever. But if a whole company of people are uprising about it and saying something about it, then it's probably unfair and they probably have justifiable cause behind their actions. So I'm glad they came to an agreement and it didn't last any longer than it did. But I'm just honestly glad for those workers that they ended up getting what, they thought
Yeah,
they
I think it's
deserved.
pretty good. But sometimes, it's one of those situations. It's like you have to speak up in order to be heard, because we can go forever and whispering behind their backs. And,
Right, yeah.
It'd be best if they would do or if they would give. But if you don't really go directly, now if
Go
if
to
they
the
did
correct
go,
people,
yeah, and if they did go and nothing got done and they felt like that was unfair,
Yeah.
well, you know what? They did what they had to. So,
Right.
and they got something good out of it.
Yes.
So,
well,
not
like
bad.
we said, they came to conclusion that it has ended. So moving on off of that. So Isela, like we said, today is Halloween, and we have a special treat for you all. We are going to be sharing scary trucker stories that we've accumulated. So
yes, because
let's introduce it.
Listen, you know what? A lot of you out on the road, so many hours, especially at night, and I'm
Yes.
pretty sure you come
Scary.
across a lot of stuff that we don't know about. We don't hear it on a daily,
Right.
and it's really nice to hear about it, especially on a day like this. So check this out.
One of the craziest trucker stories I've heard was from a real close friend of mine. He was coming out of Searcy, Arkansas, and he had ran as long as he could. He had to get some rest. He passed out, but after a while, he said that he heard this strange barking noise. Figure somebody walking their dog, and well, after a while, it just kept getting louder and louder. He said he got irritated. He sat up, trying to figure out what he was going to do. And, so he's like, what, I had enough. Just was done. And, he looked, he got to the cab, he looked out the window, and there's this tall man. He was standing there he said roughly about, 6-7 feet away from his truck, just looking out the window and just barking at him, and just this weird look in his eyes. My friend said, he felt uneasy. So the first thing he did, he locked his doors and, started that truck up, got everything going. And he hauled off like a bat out of, he got the heck up out of there. It scared him pretty bad. And, he just, it's been the same since.
One of the scariest stories I heard from a trucker friend of mine, he was out on the road and he was with his wife and his kid. And he went to sleep. His son was sleeping next to him. His wife just laid down and she heard some noise outside. She woke up. She peeked out the window to look, and she swears she seen his figure like floating across, like she had no legs. And she got real scared, and she went back in the truck and told her husband. And after that, she said, "I'm never going on another over the road with you ever again."
To be honest, anytime you're out trucking on Halloween, you've heard stories, if you've been out here for a while, you've heard guys talk about things that happen on Halloween. And it does kind of give you a little bit of an eerie sense sometimes, because people like to do some weird stuff on Halloween, drop things off bridges and stuff like that. And there's been quite a few people that have gotten killed from, people dropping stuff off bridges or stuff like that. But sometimes it's not always that. It's just, you see these weird things sometimes when you're trucking on Halloween night, where you drive down the road and because you're thinking about it, I guess, you see something over in the woods or whatever, and you're like, well, what was that? I've had a frozen pumpkin go through my buddy's windshield while we were trucking. Someone dropped off of a bridge, which is scary because it's happened to someone before and it actually went through the windshield and took their head off. So, what some people think are just a prank or a joke these days can turn deadly in a hurry. But, when you're out walking, depending where you're driving at, if you're in town or something like that, and people are going home from Halloween parties or trick-or-treating, and you see these people walking around, and it's, they got their blood on their face or their costumes or whatever, and every now and then you see them walking down a back road if you're on one going home, and it kind of catches you a little off guard because it's dark out, and gives you a little bit of a.
Well, there go some of those great stories, Nikki. What you think?
Yes, and it's like some of them are scary, some of them are terrifying. Like I couldn't imagine what I would do if I was in some of those situations.
Have you ever been in a situation like that? Now, obviously, you're not on the road, but have you ever had an experience?
Well, probably one of the craziest, scariest things I had ever done. I think I was about 18, and it was a group of friends, and we went into an abandoned school where there was a fire, and some children actually lost their lives. And we went in there, and it was so stupid because we got charged with trespassing and all that. Don't do that ever. And the feeling we had when we were in there was so eerie and just scary and horrific so I think that was probably the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. What about you?
Oh my goodness. Well, as you can tell, I'm Mexican, so we have all kinds of stories.
No, I couldn't tell.
But one of the ones that I've had, and this is growing up in childhood home, it was funny because there was a light in the hallway, and I remember one night the light comes on, and I could see someone standing there, and this person comes into a room, and it looked like it was a woman. In Mexico, they wear like these long things over their face, and
Like
they
a
go
shawl?
to church, like a shawl, and it goes towards my sister's bed, and it's at the foot of her bed, and that whatever it is, it's like it looks like it sits on the bed, and it's just like doing this to my sister, like it's gonna be okay. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what the heck is going on? But I mean, it was the creepiest thing. But we have all our myth and stuff, and my mom would say it was her grandma coming to visit. My sister had a surgery and had been really sick, so it was like, oh no, don't take my
Reminds me of
sister.
some like paranormal activity or something. No, thank you.
But girl, I could go on and on and on about stories, and it's just I've had a lot of experiences. Some people believe them, some don't, but
Well,
to each their own.
did you know that there's a rumor that this studio is actually haunted?
Well, girl, I get a creepy feeling that whenever
Do you ever get like a feeling
Yes.
like somebody's behind you?
Yes, like especially I hate it whenever I get told, he said, I go to the studio, grab this. I'm like, I don't want to go by myself, but I have to do it, and I just suck it up and don't say anything. But yeah, it feels kind of creepy, like just to think about it.
Yeah, well, I don't want to.
Anyways.
I don't want to even talk about it anymore because it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yes.
So just be safe tonight when
Yes.
you take your kids trick or treating.
Oh, we're not going. No, I'm just kidding.
Check that candy. Make sure there's nothing crazy in there. And everybody out there, make sure you stay safe and wear the jackets because it's probably going to be cold out there. But just
And happy
number
Halloween
one,
to you.
be safe and know your surroundings no matter what, because there are crazies out there and you don't know what they're going to do on Halloween. Yes.
Did you not feel your chair move?
No.
Yeah, you didn't feel your chair
No.
move? I felt mine move. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, she's just being crazy. Don't forget to like, follow, and share. And also you can find us on YouTube and Instagram. Oh my gosh, what's happening, Stella? What is happening? I told you
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Guess what? We're back.
we're gonna end it.
Wayne's World. Party time. Excellent. Truck Boss Show. Cause you're the boss.